You know, I love being on the beach between 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. every morning. Getting out here at this time is so beautiful, so nice and dark, so just not overbearingly hot. I mean, it's been hot the last few mornings, but out here with this wind, you can probably hear it more than you can hear me. It is nice. Feels great. That wind blowing the sweat off of you as you dehydrate and not realizing it, like yesterday. Yesterday when I got back, I was like, I'm so dehydrated. I just sat in my car and drank some, thankfully I had a tea that I brought, bottle tea. But yeah, the reason that I love it so much is because the Lord has revealed to me the time that He will be coming back. Now, I don't know the day, but I know the hour. The Lord will come back between 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. And you might be thinking, blasphemer. But you got to realize that He says, you might know the day and the hour. I know the hour. So, before you get your keyboard out and start flipping out on me, it's always between 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. somewhere on this planet. So if He comes at 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. on my side of the world, you guys in California are going to be woke up. Well, a few of you that are left in California. Just kidding. But seriously. So I was just watching a video this morning, made me think about that, because he was saying that he kind of had a little bit of a clickbait, to be honest with you, about the exact hour. And I was like, well, yeah, I know the exact hour. It's between 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. That's a whole hour. Somewhere in that hour, somewhere on this planet, Jesus is coming back. And I hope you're ready. How do you know you're ready? Well, wait, hold on. I know a lot of people, and I've already talked to some people, and they're all about those works. There's nothing you can do to earn heaven. You can't earn it. The gift of salvation is something, it's a gift. It's free. And, it wasn't cheap either. It was paid for by the life, death, and the resurrection of Jesus Christ. So, if you want to get saved, Romans 10:9, look it up if you don't believe me. It says very clearly, if you confess with your mouth the Lord Jesus, Jesus is Lord. That's not all. Because anybody can say that and not believe it. The next part is the hardest part. And that's this hard. That's not hard. For some people, it's not. For some stubborn, mule-headed, haughty-minded atheist, anti-atheist is what I call them. I was an atheist. I was very honest about it. Some people are anti-theists. They just hate anything. All right, so if you confess in your mouth the Lord Jesus and believe in your heart that God raised Him from the dead, you will be saved. Not you might be, or you could be, or if you do good works and this, you just know it's like you'll be saved. Period. It didn't say, and if you keep the Sabbath, and if you keep the 10 Commandments. Nope. We cannot earn salvation. We need to rest in the salvation of God. I had some crazy person again, after I made the last video, he kept on responding. I was like, I'm not interested in arguing with you. I don't. And then I found out what the initials he wrote. Once saved, always saved. I think I didn't know what the initials are. He's like, well, you're one of those WS. I was like, I don't know what that is. It sounds like some kind of weird organization, or the CIA and NBA or whatever. But basically, he also is against once saved, always saved. It's like, so what do you have to do to lose your salvation? From what I'm wondering. You don't lose your salvation. You're secure. Rest in that security. Rest in Jesus. I mean, you guys are out here running around trying to get everybody else saved. You might want to work on yourself first and think about it. I don't mean like works like you might want to do good deeds. I'm talking about secure your foundation. Get to know the Jesus that you think you know, because obviously you don't. I mean, He said He'll never leave you or forsake you, and yet you're saying you can lose your salvation. No, you're wrong. And then yesterday, every time I comment on Matt's channel, I get a bunch of anti-theists that are like, you believe in God, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, I used to be an atheist, but I wasn't a jerk like you guys. And I will smack them in the face because they need that. They really do. They need some hand-to-face resuscitation. They really do. I'm not talking about physically necessarily, because I can't do that on the internet. They need somebody to go, hey, you're wrong. You're an idiot. You're a jerk. They need to know they're a jerk. When somebody's a jerk, they need to know. It's nothing non-Jesus-like. When Jesus rode the people out of the temples, he didn't go, I need you guys to leave the temple right now. You're breaking God's law. You're making God's temple into... No, Jesus wasn't a wimp. Jesus Christ was tougher than nails. He took a whip and beat those boys out of that temple. I'm telling you right now, for those of you who think that we got to be wimps to be Jesus followers, you don't know Jesus. Jesus Christ was tougher than nails. That don't mean we got to go around and bully anybody. Heck no. I mean, that's the worst thing we can do. And we definitely don't make fun of people that are not saved. Like, I mean, be mean to them in a way that is like, I'm better than you, because we're not. We're just saved. But they need to know that you saying that they ain't no God and stuff like that, yeah, you're going to find out one day, you know? So you might want to suck it up, Buttercup, and stop being such a meanie about it. Oh gosh, I can't believe I said meanie. Ugh. Yeah, well, anyway. So yesterday, or actually it was a comment I replied to this morning. It was some anti-theist. I'll say anti-theist because atheists, they just don't know God. They're more like agnostics. Agnostics are a little bit more like, well, maybe there's a God. Atheist says, I don't think there's a God. Anti-theists are like, I hate God. God is hateful. And he said something to me like, evolution, or something about, see, pseudoscientists believe in evolution. Saying like, so you got it wrong, and scientists are open-minded, and religious people are forced to believe. And I say, well, you got half that wrong. Now here's the wrong part. Scientists are the ones who are forced to believe it. They're part of a religion of evolution. They are forced to believe in evolution. If you're a scientist and you claim you're a creationist, or what do the Hindus believe in, some other one of those religions, they won't hire you. And then they'll fire you if they did, and you changed your mind. So it's like, and then he's probably going to respond back to me, well, that's just because that's good science. No, that's telling you what to think. He was trying to tell me that religion tells you what to think, and I was like, well, you're right about that. I'm not in religion. So evidently, every time we mention anything about Jesus, they automatically assume it's religion. I'm not into religion. I'm into Jesus. I don't like religion. Religion does tell you what to think. Religion is like working. Here's my definition of religion. And I know the Bible sometimes uses it in a positive way. Religion is you're working toward God. You're working for salvation or nirvana or something. You're working for it. It's all about you. Christianity, which I know a lot of people categorize as a religion because we're ignorant. Christianity is all about what he did. He died on the cross. He rose from the grave. I was trying to say he rose again. And he is our salvation. He did it all. We just rested. We're like children, and he's like our dad. You know? He says, come to me like children, you know? Children don't go, well, I don't know. I mean, when a dad says, jump in my arms, the kid's like, I don't know if I trust you. No, they jump in their arms. That's what we need to do. We need to jump in his arms and just rest. He's got us. If you aren't resting in Jesus today, I encourage you to get to know the Jesus. If you get to know Jesus, there's no way you can't just rest in his arms. Well, thank you for listening today. I hope this helps some of you guys out. Yes, I know I'm going to put a little tag on the YouTube video that says, I know the day and hour, just as a little clickbait, just for fun. Just to tick off the some people that are, how do I say it nicely? They're just not quite thinking outside the box yet. And I mean, I would probably like bark out too sometimes until I think about it. But you got to think outside the box. All right. Well, y'all have a, what's the date now? Y'all have a terrific Tuesday. So I think I'll maybe have Transformers Tuesday and Taco Tuesday, and I got to run errands today. We should call it Tuna Tuesday because Dad's like, I need you to go get some tuna for the calves. And then something called Red Bernie stuff. I'm like, I'm going to look at the, I'm going to go, I need some Red Bernie stuff that hurts like heck. I don't know what he's talking about, but something weird. I was like, okay, look, there's I gave him a bunch of different stuff before I left because he got a cut on his foot. He didn't tell me until this morning. I was like, okay, there's a first aid kit. I don't know where anything is. Well, it's the box that says first aid on it. Sorry, I know. Okay, look, I'm not trying to be mean. You gotta understand. Living with this, it's challenging. This is one of the lighter days, but sometimes it's just, you can't talk any sense. So you guys pray for me as I'm trying to help my dad without having to trigger him, because if you trigger him, he's just going to get mad, shut down, start yelling. It's like he goes into like teenager mode, and it's really challenging. And I'm probably not able to be heard right now because of the waves. But just pray for me. Thank you very much. Have a terrific Tuesday.